Hey guys, thank you for getting on here and watching this video today. I just want to say good afternoon. I just got home and I'm about to just show y'all what I do. Just briefly for the night. It's usually pretty busy in our house, but on this night in particular, I just got off of work. I took my youngest to the store and we got some stuff for a project that he has due tomorrow. At the same time of doing that, I also did, tried to make dinner. My daughter helped, and then eventually just cleaning up the kitchen, putting the kids to bed, and that's kind of what I did. By the time I got the kids to bed, and by the time I got the kids to bed and everything, they were late for bedtime, and my husband was already home from work. So he usually gets home, I would say at the latest by 10. That's usually if he has to stop by the store on his way home, or if he has a far-out drive or something like that. So, yeah, he usually comes home after everyone's eaten already for the day, and it's bedtime, unfortunately, but that's just our routine as of lately. We do have a lot of things to pay for right now, so we're trying to make as much money as we can. But I just kind of wanted to talk to y'all about things that have been going on lately. So, really, I'm in the season of not feeling like a great parent, even though I have come a long way, and I remember the days of when, I was in a tough situation with my kid's father, and we really didn't have much money, and it was just kind of hard to get things, and luckily I had the help of my family and some loved ones and everything like that. I wouldn't have definitely gotten through without them, but I remember those days, and I honestly try not to forget those days because, it keeps me humble, honestly, that I've come such a long way, and I didn't know at the time, but if it also weren't for God being with me, and now me having a closer relationship with Him, my eyes, I feel like, truly wouldn't have been opened to all the blessings that I have now, and Him reminding me every day how far I have come. But I remember that time, and it was hard, honestly, to have enough funds to be able to afford their food and places to live. We struggled with things like that, and all around it was hard. We didn't have the best cars, and I am just so grateful because with hard work, with God, with the help of family and others, I have been able to get to a point now where we have the nicest home we've lived in. My husband finally got a new car, and we both have cars that we honestly don't have to worry about now that are gonna feel like they're breaking down from point A to point B, and that in itself is a big thing. And my kids have the blessing of having their own room and everything now, so we've definitely come a long way and worked really hard, and I'm blessed to have such a hardworking husband, and without him I wouldn't have been able to do this as well, and without his love and support. But I have been, for a long time, a single mother, so I know what that's like. I'm also divorced as well, so I know what that's like, and I am the daughter of divorced parents as well, so haven't had an extremely, extremely hard life, but there are a few things that have definitely impacted me, and a lot of things that I'm healing from now. But I wanted to speak with y'all about parenting in this season. I don't know if y'all also feel the same way, but I feel defeated in this season. I think with just a little bit of things that we're dealing with in our house is anger, impatience, and that's coming from not only me, but also I feel like some of my children in particular, and I don't want that to be something that's in our home. I want our home to be happy. and I want us to play, and I want us to laugh, and I want us to dance and sing. And I don't want my kids to worry about, have to worry about things, but I do also want them to be aware that things do cost money and things do take hard work, and they need to respect their parents, and all of these things are very important. And if I don't teach those things to them, the last thing I want is for my children to act like they are entitled and they deserve it, and they don't need to work hard for what they have, when that's not at all what I want. So I'm feeling very defeated in this season, especially with technology. And 3 out of 4 of my kids do have cell phones, mostly for the purpose of, when they get out of school and when they go with their dad for every other weekend. So they go with their dad about twice a month. So when they go with him, I do like to be able to get a hold of them directly. Maybe when they go with their grandparents for the day and things like that, I just like to be able to get a hold of them. But with phones also comes things like social media, and some things that I can't really control. Things at school as well, conversations I can't really control. So even if I don't have, even if I'm not showing them or speaking to them about certain things, the world will, essentially, right? So we haven't really come across a lot of things that are really, really bad. But what I can say is we definitely are in a season where we're using too much technology in our house, and I don't like it. So something's got to change. And I'm also at the point where I do want to show them how important God is in our lives. But since I am still a newer believer, it's only been the past few years since I gave my life to Jesus, and now looking back, I know he has had a relationship with me in my life, but not at all the same of how it was. I just knew something was always there, something or someone was always with me. But now God is in my everyday, even if it's just me talking to him on my way to work, praising him, worshiping him, that sort of thing. But I do also want my kids to have a relationship with him, and I want him to be in our home. And this can be challenging on where to start, but I think if we start there, that will change some other things. I think if I make some adjustments in our home, I definitely don't feel like it's ever too late to turn things around. I have been told by other people, you are such a good mom, and I really appreciate that. And I know I try my hardest, but am I doing my best? I'm not doing my best. I feel like there are things that I can change and things that I can do better. And it's mostly for the purpose of ensuring that they have what they need, but they don't think that they're just going to get handed it. And I was actually having this conversation with my friend the other day, and we were talking about parenting and how we both grew up in pretty good environments as far as not having to worry about what we were going to eat or where we were going to live. And I know that's the reality for some people and how they grew up, and it can be unfortunate in the time, but it also excuse me, it also builds character. I definitely think, and I think it makes other people more grateful for what they have. I'm not saying that me and my friend aren't grateful, but when you get out into the real world and you see how everything is, you may not grow up with the same things, or have the same things that you grew up with. And that's a definite reality check of how the real world is, and if I shelter my kids so much, and if I give them everything and not remind them that they need to work hard for it and be grateful, and really we have this all because of the Lord, then what am I teaching them? But in this season, I feel like I have a lot of learning to do. So we're going to start with technology, I think, in our home. And if anyone has any tips on these sorts of things, on how, we could better use our time and not make technology seem like a forefront. Because really, when I get home, there's only realistically 2 to 3 hours that I get to spend with my kids every single day, besides the weekend. And this is not enough. But since that's what I have to make it enough, and I have to use the best of my resources and everything like that. So starting from when I get home, I don't know if y'all get like this, but when I get off of work, I'm stressed at work. Even though I'm very thankful for my job, I am stressed at work because I have a job that requires me to be needed by multiple people. And so I feel like I'm always trying to make sure that people are taken care of. And when I get home, I feel like that also is a job where I feel like people depend on me and I have to give more of myself. And this can be tiring, especially when I feel like in my days I don't have time for myself. And I read something not that long ago saying about something along the lines of when women go on vacation and they use it as a way to escape almost, because they need a break. And I don't know if men have the same mentality, but it pointed out women and how women like to go on more vacations almost because of everything that we deal with in the daily. Even though it is still probably a blessing, we feel like we need to get away and get a break and get a breather and get us time, and then we'll feel refreshed and we'll feel ready to handle the things in our daily life that much more because we were able to get away and get a break. But on the other side of that, what I've been reading lately is that I don't need a break to kind of check out of my everyday life. I need to find those moments in my life that I can really just get a different perspective. And if I feel like, I just want to be alone in moments, but I know I won't get alone time, I have to find that peace and that time to breathe in those moments where I'm surrounded by people and I have my children, which I do have almost all the time, right? So instead of me wanting to change my life or wanting to just feel like I need to get away all the time, I can just get a different perspective. So I have a lot of work to do as far as changing some things in our home, but I definitely think it will be for the better, because at the end of the day, I know that there are other moms out there like me that may be struggling with this, and really just at the end of the day want their children to be good people and kind people and loving people and helpful people and everything like that.
But I wanted to go ahead and share something with you that a friend shared with me. It's a Bible scripture, and even though I've heard it before, I feel like it's very pertains to this season of worry and doubt and everything like that. But it says in Matthew 6:25, "That is why I tell you not to worry about everyday life, whether you have enough food and drink or enough clothes to wear. Isn't life more than food and your body more than clothing? Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for your heavenly Father feeds them. And aren't you far more valuable to Him than they are? Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? And why worry about your clothing? Look at the lilies of the field and see how they grow. They don't work or make their clothing. Yet Solomon in all his glory was not dressed as beautifully as they are, and if God cares so wonderfully for wildflowers that are here today and thrown into the fire tomorrow, he will certainly care for you. Why do you have so little faith? Isn't that great? I love that. But thank you so much, guys, for just listening and watching today. I could definitely use all the love and support in this season as hopefully my YouTube channel grows. But yes, thank you, and I hope that y'all have a blessed day.